Okay, welcome back. We're on page 539. We're talking about the solver. There's some interesting things you can do if you're a math geek. It talks about which mathematical model you're using to produce this analysis. And there's a couple of options and a bunch of other stuff. But unless you're a math geek, you can kind of skip over that and move on. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next thing called these reports. Now, in the 2013 and 16 version of Excel, I have 3 or more reports here. In this particular version, the 2010 version, I only have 1 report. So in the other one, there's an awful lot of, if you're a math geek, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So I'm just going to click on this guy, the report. And then what it's going to do is it's going to generate, it's going to generate what's called an answer report here. So here is my answer report. Let me just close this guy. Oh, doggone it. Behave. Okay, cool. Now, here's my answer report, and it talks about, here's what we did, and here's what the original value was, and here's how we went through it, and it basically just maps out all the input that you gave it. The constraints, the fact that it had to be integers, and it had to be this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And so, it's basically a documentation tool. Now, the others go into a little bit more math kind of stuff, and it talks about what kind of model you're using and all the options and this, and that, and the other. So go through them. Just go through them one at a time. Look at the reports. They're kind of cool. Do all 3. See what there is. Okay, so that is the end. That's everything you need to know about how to use what-if analysis. So let's go through it one more time. So they had what they call the data table technique, which is the one they had the little cell at the top or in the upper left-hand corner, which contain the formula, and then use a data table in order for the machine to infer how to do rows, or for a single variable, either a row or a column, and then a 2-dimensional thing where you had rows and columns. Okay, and then we went in and we said, okay, let's do goal seek. And so goal seek was, had it go through and just try a couple iterations until it came up with the correct answer. Cool. And then we had scenario manager, which was a lot of people have different opinions on how things work, so we're going to take everyone's opinion. And there's a merge button, which I didn't show. Merge basically says, well, let's just take everyone's best guess and just run them together, and therefore, if we take everyone's best guess, then most likely we're going to be right. And then we did the solver, which is sort of like goal seek on steroids. It provides multiple criteria, and multiple variables and lots of criteria that goal seek never did. Okay, that, believe it or not, is the end of the chapter. We'll see you guys again in some future chapter.